With me now is Josh Hasten, the international spokesman for Gush Etzion. Josh, good to see you tonight. Are you concerned about the vague, ambiguous terms here that are being applied in these announcements, like extremist? Are you concerned about what that means?
Well, let's first of all clarify what we're talking about here. I mean, this is a propaganda campaign against the residents of Judea and Samaria, most likely led by the Palestinian Authority. And sadly, probably also you have so-called human rights organizations in Israel, fringe organizations, which are behind this. And this is really an attempt to take away the focus from what's going on down in Gaza, Hamas's brutal massacre of over 1,200 Israelis on October the 7th. It's a PR campaign, and it looks like the UK, along with the US State Department and maybe even the president, they've taken the bait on this. So it's really propaganda. In actuality, we see that over the last several months, so-called settler violence, again, which is minimal to begin with, has actually gone down. And at the same time, those who rely on Palestinian Authority statistics, those statistics include when the IDF goes in and takes out wanted terrorists. When that happens, the PA includes them in their categorization of settler violence. So we have to take it with a grain of salt. This is a PR campaign. That's exactly what this is.
But if you're saying that the number of violent incidents has actually gone down, it's on a downward spike, wouldn't then stopping Israeli citizens who are, let's say, convicted of violence from entering the U.S., from giving them a visa, wouldn't that perhaps also be beneficial to keeping that downward trend going?
No, I don't see a connection there, but I'm curious to know if the UK or the US, if they're actually implementing any sort of ban on people who they consider criminals anywhere else in the world. If they're holding Israel to a different standard, we know what that's called. That's called anti-Semitism. If they're singling out specifically Jews from the state of Israel. Ironically, I did some research today. I saw that there were over 2 million incidents of violence and also sexual offenses in the UK in 2022 and 2023 alone. I wonder if the UK is going to throw out all of those individuals from their country who are accused of carrying out violence. This is a PR campaign targeting Jews from Judea, targeting Jews from Samaria, and that's all this really is at the end of the day.
Are you the impact now that from this announcement from David Cameron and also from the United States, the EU, Joseph Borrell also hinting he also wants a broad across the European Union policy as well. What is your take on what this means perhaps for the future relationship between European Jewry and life in the West Bank and Judea and Samaria?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't be surprised that the EU was actually part of this campaign. Overall, we've had good relations with the EU for many, many years. That being said, they have gone out of their way to boycott products from Judea and Samaria. We've seen that before with wineries and other products from Judea and Samaria. So again, there are those who are standing on the side of Hamas, unfortunately. There are those like the Czech Republic and others who are siding with Israel. So we have friends, certainly we have friends in the EU, and we hope those relations will improve. But it's completely unfair to single out Jews from Judea. Jews based on their geography is absolutely unacceptable.
Josh, thank you so much for being with us tonight on i24NEWS. Great to have you.
Thanks so much.